Hi guys, I'm Charlie Book Fanatic, and today I'm going to do my first book unhaul on this channel. And I'm literally even more excited about unhauling books than I am about hauling books. Like, I have the hugest pile of books behind me. Like, wait. You can't even see it. Oh my god. Like, literally, look at that. This is not even one pile. It is literally two piles I have behind me. And I'm so excited. Like, so excited. I think most of these books are in Dutch, but most of them are English books, but just in Dutch. So I'm going to say the English titles of the books and, you know. Okay, the lighting is just annoying me. Like, I'm in front of my window and the sun is moving, so I just put my curtain there and just hope it will stay all in place. So the first 4 books I have here, I picked up at a secondhand bookshop, and I was like, oh my god, they have the first 4 books here of this series. I would just take it with me. I didn't know anything about this series when I picked it up, but, you know, I just picked it up. And I'm talking about the Deverry Chronicles, which is like 16 books in this series and still ongoing. But I fell in love with these covers, and I've read the first book, which is Daggerspell, and it was okay. It's a really old language because, you see how old this book is. This book is from 1986, and it has this really old language, and it's fantasy, historical fiction / fantasy, with this kind of magic in it, and it's like a really long saga, and I just didn't care for it. I just didn't like it that much, and I don't feel like going on with the series. I don't feel like reading the other 3 books in the series, or just the entire series in general. The other books that I have here, like, they have the most beautiful covers in the world, I want to say, but it's not true. This one is Daggerspell. So, wait. We have Daggerspell, Darkspell. Like, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Then I have to look in the inside because these are the Dutch editions of them, and I have to look in the inside for the English title. This is The Bristling Wood. So pretty. And the 4th book is The Dragon Revenant, which I think is the prettiest cover of all of them. Like, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I almost feel sad for getting rid of these just because of the covers, but I'm not going to read them, so my bookshelf is going to be empty. Like, literally, I just noticed I forgot a lot of them, and the pile is even bigger. Like, you can actually see it in the picture right now. Like, that is a book. That is a book. This book I'm not going to talk about much because it's a Dutch book and it's not really that interesting. It's a collection of essays, I believe, from a Dutch comedian, Youp. Yeah, not really interesting. Not interested in reading this. I got it for free. Meh. Then I have a shortened edition of Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. I once picked this up and I thought, oh my god, I will read this, and now you know what Oliver Twist is all about. I read it and I hated it, and my life. There's something I haven't read by a Dutch author, which is Gala by Ronald Giphart, and I'm not interested in reading this. Got it for free. Not interested. Just, it's going away. Then I have Dramarama by Lockhart. I adore Lockhart. I adored We Were Liars. I read this when I was younger, and I only noticed it was by Lockhart when I looked at my shelf and ordered We Were Liars. But I read this so long ago and I have no interest in reading this again, so it's going away. Another book by another Dutch author, which is Star Beach by Fisscher. It's about girls who are on vacation, who are working on vacation at Star Beach. Not interesting. I've read it long ago. Not for me. Then I have Ausländer by Paulo Dowswell. Also in a Dutch edition. This is a story about the Second World War. I've read it long ago. I'm not interested in reading about the World War as a subject, so it's going away. Then I have Beast by Kennen. It's about a boy who finds a beast in the sewers, I believe. I loved the cover when I first saw it, and I thought I need to have it, but I haven't read it, and I am not interested in reading it. I have another Dutch book, which is Cokepunt, Verslaafd aan je kind, and that basically means that this is a book about someone who is on drugs and a mother who is involved in the life of her child and tries to save her child from drugs. It's a true story. It's written by his son and his mother, and I am not interested in rereading this. It was fun for a while, but yeah, not interested. Then I have another Dutch book, which is Achter de Schermen by Peter R. de Vries, by Kees van der Spek. And this is a book about a journalist here in the Netherlands who is interested in criminals, and this is a book about his adventures during that time. I read it. It was cool. I really liked it, actually. I laughed a couple times. Oh, there's also pictures in this. I just saw it. Like this. Pictures, and also pictures in color. But I don't need it anymore. Then I got a book for my birthday for my mother a while ago. And it's called The Street Philosopher by Matthew Plempin. And I've read it. And it has a beautiful cover. And when I just opened it, I just saw it had a map. It's in Dutch, so I won't go too far into it, but it has a map, and I don't know, I just remember not liking it. I also just saw that the price is still on there. It's quite expensive, actually, but it was really nice of her to give this to me, and I read it, but it was just not for me. Then I have My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Warga. I didn't enjoy this as much as I thought I would. This is a book about two people who have a suicide pact. They will commit suicide together, and eventually they fall in love. Yeah, I was disappointed by this. I didn't like it as much as I would. I also forgot what this was about. I forgot the details. So it was quite forgettable. Then I have Gary Cox's The Existentialist Guide to Death, the Universe, and Nothingness. I read it. I absolutely don't know what it's about. It's about existentialism, but I don't know anything about existentialism. And reading this book, a bookmark, I also didn't really learn anything about existentialism, so yeah, pretty cover, don't need it. Then I have Before I Die by Jenny Downham. Read this long ago, I loved it back then, but I don't feel like rereading it because I know it will break me and I just have no interest in it. Then I have My Sister Lives on the Mantelpiece by Annabelle Pitcher. I cried while reading this book when I was younger. Again, a book when I was younger, like real younger. It was really impactful, but I don't feel like rereading it. But yeah, if you want a book that will break you, read this. It's from the perspective of a really young boy who obviously lost his sister because his sister's on the mantelpiece in an urn. And I swear to God, I can't even look. A spider is literally eating a fly in front of my window. Oh my God. This is disgusting. I will have my window right here so I don't have to look at it. It's just disgusting. Then I have an anthology of short stories, which I read not that long ago. I gave it 3 stars, but some stories were okay, some were not. I don't feel like reading any of these stories anymore, so I will get rid of it. Then I have a huge book. Oh my God, I just saw the spider. I can't. But I have all Fairytales by Hans Christian Andersen. I lent this from the library once and never gave it back. Yeah. And I never really read it. It has illustrations in it though, but it's really dusty because I had this for the longest time and haven't read it once. So yeah, it's going away. Then I have The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Read this, don't remember it. I know a lot of people love this, but I just wasn't charmed by it. Then I have Manual of the Warrior of Light by the same author, and same thing about that. It just didn't do anything for me. Then I have Poison by Chris Wooding. I absolutely love this cover. I just bought this along with Beast by Ellie Kennen. Because of the cover, it was a cover by. Both are middle grade stories. I've read this actually, and I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's middle grade. I'm not really a big fan of middle grade, and the character is called Poison. Like, literally. Why is she called Poison? I think it's a Dutch book, but it's called 100% Mila by Nikki Smith. As you can see, it's a book for when I was a little bit younger. It's about these girls who have a dream, meet a boy and fall in love. Yeah, I've read all the books in this series, but it's the only one I actually have. And it's a cute cover, but yeah, I'm not going to reread it, like, ever. And then I have a book, which I also got for my mother, for the same bird I got The Street Philosopher. And I honestly do not know where she got this book from. Like, it's translated from Russian, and the original title is Vniklas Neue Tchénie. I don't know. It's in Dutch, and it's gigantic, and I'm not interested in the subject matter at all. It was really sweet of her, but I am not going to read this because it's not my kind of thing. And I have the fourth, fifth, and sixth book in the Vampire Academy series in really beautiful editions, but I read the whole Vampire Academy series and I didn't like it that much, so I don't need these books. Like, they're really pretty, but they are going to a charity shop. Then I have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Read this, didn't enjoy it. Didn't even see the humor in it. Like, I don't know why people love this so much. It was way overhyped for me. I was disappointed. Then I have The Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. Same author. Same thing. I bought this for the cover from the charity shop. And I was like, oh my god, this looks so pretty. I've heard of this. Let's read this. And I was disappointed. I just don't think mythology is to me. But like the cover, it's so pretty. I don't want to get rid of it, but I do. I need to get rid of it. And I have a book I'm still mad about, and that's A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Like, I bought this when I was little, and I read this whole thing, and I was struggling so much, but I read it. And when I finished it, I was like, did I just read a vampire witch romance? Like, what? This whole book is a vampire witch romance? I don't get the hype about this. People say it's so good. I didn't see it. I didn't get anything from this. Then we are on to the last pile, and the first book is, ew, it has the most disgusting stain on it. It is The Age of Absurdity by Michael Foley, and I bought it in, like, you can't even see it, but this is the stain I was talking about. That's disgusting. That's my fault. I take the blame for that. But it's like, it has these, it's crinkled. It's like, there's all these wrinkles in it. You can't see it, but I bought it like that, and I don't even know why I would buy something like that. I never even heard of this. I haven't read it. Like, this thing, I tried reading it, and I was like, what am I reading? I don't get it. So, no. And I have The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Yes, I'm giving it away. I read the Hunger Games trilogy. This is, look at that. Look at that spine. Like, I bought it like that. I don't know why I buy all these, like, messed up books. But I thought, like, oh, I will read this again. Like, oh, I need this on my shelf. I need to be a hipster. And I never reread it. And I'm not planning on rereading it. I don't want it on my shelf. Like, I'm not interested in reading The Hunger Games. And The Hunger Games is not my taste right now, you know? I just want my bookshelf to reflect my taste, and The Hunger Games is not my taste anymore. Then I have Learn Latin by Peter Jones, and I wanted to learn Latin because I'm studying law, and I was like, there are going to be some Latin terms in this, and I was right about that. So I was like, I was reading the first couple pages, and I was like, oh yeah, because I had Latin in high school, and I wanted to brush up on that. But there are assignments in this, and I'm not an assignment kind of person. I don't do assignments for fun, you know? So I was like, yeah, no. Then I have Isabelle Eberhardt, Lettres et Journaliers, by Isabelle Eberhardt, and it is, I don't even know what this is, but I bought this in a secondhand bookshop, and I was like, oh yeah, I will read that. That sounds cool. It's about someone who lived, about Isabelle Eberhardt, who lived from 1877 to 1904, and I don't even know who this is. Like, I literally don't, and I don't know why I thought it would be cool to read her diaries and her letters, but I bought this, and I don't want it anymore. Then, like I said in my past videos, I'm getting rid of The Name of the Winds and The Wise Man's Fear. I don't want it. It's as easy as that. Maybe I will read in the future when I give it another chance, but right now, nah. Like, you're literally not going to believe this, but shall I show you the pile of books I'm going to get rid of? Do you even see this? Because I certainly do. And then there, like, what? So yeah, this is my book Unhaul, which I was way too excited about. And now I need to get rid of, like, isn't that the most beautiful pile you've ever seen, by the way? It's all my creation. But I'm going to get rid of these books, and I don't know how, because I don't have a box. And I don't want to put them on my bookshelf again. I don't know what I'm going to do with these books. They're probably going to keep standing there, like, next to my desk. Like, in this neat pile. It's not a neat pile. I don't know. But I will get rid of them, because I don't want them. And my bookshelf doesn't have space for them. Like, they can't sit with them. So I need to get rid of them. Anyway, let me know, what books do you want to unhaul? Do you know any of the books I have on here? I'm not going to give any of these books another chance, by the way. You don't have to try to convince me, because I won't. But you can try. You can try, I guess. But yeah, talk to me about these books. Talk to me about books you think are interesting from this pile. Anyway, let me all know the information down below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. I hope that spider is gone. Oh my god, the spider is gone. I think it's inside.